Hi, this is an open door, and this is Cyndi. I'm looking at a screen that says it's August 17th. It's the hour that we've entitled Where Rubber Meets the Road. I am, for the next 15 minutes, inviting us all into a direct experience. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen, or at least what I am going to do as a separate human being. I am going to read this lesson from beginning to end. I timed it. It takes me just over 5 minutes. While I read it, it's poetry, it's beautiful. I invite us all to let go of attempting to try to figure it out and just accept the truth. The truth that there is a divine, benevolent intelligence outside of the thinking mind that sees us, that flows love in our direction, that is taking care of everything, that is willing to give us the experience we are asking for. And maybe just for this hour, why not ask to be shown what it is God has in store for us, as opposed to thinking we need to understand it, right? So I'm going to read the lesson. Then I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. During this 5 minutes of silence, the invitation is to just relax into do nothing. We need do nothing, but perhaps soften and open and allow. And then I'm going to play a song. And in case you're wondering, I'm going to play Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Our House, right? It's a very gentle reminder that we don't have to wait to be at peace. And that whole thing is going to take about 13, 14 minutes. And then I'm going to hand things over to Andrew and we'll see what happens. The last thing I'm going to say, I was talking about it a little bit with Lonnie. I'm inspired to say it again. As a kid, I used to love amusement parks, right? And even as an adult, I took my kids to the amusement parks and I'd ride the rides. I would step into that amusement park, ticket in hand, and I'd get on these rides, big ones and little ones. I was not the engineer that created the ride. I didn't build the ride. I don't know anything about the electricity or the power that goes into creating those rides. But somehow I trusted myself and my children and my friends to these rides and had a blast. I'm willing to trust this body and this life to unknown engineers and mechanics and builders and a force such as electricity. And yet there's doubt here. There's a belief that God's not taking care of everything else. Like, what part of me here thinks that I need to worry about something or figure something out, or that I am unsafe for some reason in the world unless I keep control? So at least for these next 15, 20 minutes or the whole hour, or maybe in every holy instant, consider surrendering into that divine benevolent intelligence that is willing to give you everything if you're willing to receive it. Lesson 189.
Hello.
I feel the love of God within me now. There is a light in you the world cannot perceive. And with its eyes you will not see this light, for you are blinded by the world. Yet you have eyes to see it. It is there for you to look upon. It was not placed in you to be kept hidden from your sight. This light is a reflection of the thought we practice now. To feel the love of God within you is to see the world anew, shining in innocence, alive with hope, and blessed with perfect charity and love. Who could feel fear in such a world as this? It welcomes you, rejoices that you came, and sings your praises as it keeps you safe from every form of danger and of pain. It offers you a warm and gentle home in which to stay a while. It blesses you throughout the day and watches through the night as silent guardian of your holy sleep. It sees salvation in you and protects the light in you, in which it sees its own. It offers you its flowers and its snow in thankfulness for your benevolence. This is the world the love of God reveals. It is so different from the world you see through darkened eyes of malice and of fear that one belies the other. Only one can be perceived at all. The other one is wholly meaningless. A world in which forgiveness shines on everything and peace offers its gentle light to everyone is inconceivable to those who see a world of hatred rising from attack, poised to avenge, to murder, and destroy. Yet is the world of hatred equally unseen and inconceivable to those who feel God's love in them. Their world reflects the quietness and peace that shines in them, the gentleness and innocence they see surrounding them, the joy with which they look out from the endless wells of joy within. What they have felt in them they look upon and see its sure reflection everywhere. What would you see? The choice is given you. But learn and do not let your mind forget this law of seeing. You will look upon that which you feel within. If hatred finds a place within your heart, you will perceive a fearful world, held cruelly in death's sharp-pointed, bony fingers. If you feel the love of God within you, you look out upon a world of mercy and of love. Today we pass illusions as we seek to reach to what is true in us and feel its all-embracing tenderness. Its love which knows us perfect as itself. Its sight which is the gift its love bestows on us. We learn the way today. It is as sure as love itself, to which it carries us. For its simplicity avoids the snares, the foolish convolutions of the world's apparent reasoning, but serve to hide. Simply do this. Be still and lay aside all thoughts of what you are and what God is. All concepts you have learned about the world, all images you hold about yourself. Empty your mind of everything it thinks is either true or false, or good or bad, of every thought it judges worthy and all the ideas of which it is ashamed. Hold on to nothing. Do not bring with you one thought the past has taught, nor one belief you ever learned before from anything. Forget this world, forget this course, and come with wholly empty hands unto your God. It is not he who knows the way to you. You need not know the way to him. Your part is simply to allow all obstacles that you have interposed between the Son and God the Father to be quietly removed forever. God will do his part in joyful and immediate response. Ask and receive. But do not make demands nor point the road to God by which he should appear to you. The way to reach him is merely to let him be. For in that way is your reality acclaimed as well. And so today we do not choose the way in which we go to him, but we do choose to let him come. And with this choice we rest. And in our quiet hearts and open minds, his love will blaze its pathway of itself. What has not been denied is surely there if it be true, and can be surely reached. God knows his Son and knows the way to him. He does not need his Son to show him how to find his way. Through every open door, his love shines outward from its home within and lightens up the world in innocence. Father, we do not know the way to you, but we have called and you will answer. We will not interfere. Salvation's ways are not our own, for they belong to you, and it is unto you we look for them. Our hands are open to receive your gifts. We have no thoughts we think apart from you, and cherish no beliefs of what we are or who created us. Yours is the way that we would find and follow. And we ask but that your will, which is our own as well, be done in us and in the world. And it becomes a part of heaven now. Amen. So it is. 5 minutes.
light the fire. You place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I listen to you play your love songs all night long. For me, only for me. Come to me now, rest your head for just 5 minutes. Everything is done. Such a cozy room. The windows are illuminated by the evening sunshine through them. Fiery gems for you. Only for you. Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. And now, la 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 Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. And now I'll light the fire while you place the flowers in the vase that you bought today.
All yours, Andrew.
Thank you, Cyndi. Hello, everyone. Love to all of you. Great song selection. That brings me way, way back to my teenage years. Yeah, this chapter is beautiful. It's like a poem. And there have been times when I just felt God's love pouring into me and spreading out from my body and spreading all around. I don't have that all the time. I wish I could, but usually I usually can initiate it by extending love to whoever's around me. And the more people around, the easier it seems to happen. And I love that feeling. It's a great feeling. This thing about what chapter 5 is it, where you clear your mind, forget about forget about God, forget about yourself, just empty your mind. That I find challenging. I'm not a good meditator. Yeah, today we pass illusions we seek to reach but his love. Simply do this, be still and lay aside all thoughts of what you are and what God is, all concepts you have learned about the world. That I do find challenging because my monkey mind, my ego mind just won't shut up sometimes. I could stop it for a short while, few minutes if I'm lucky, and that's it. It starts chiming in and won't stop. Then I stop it again, and it chimes in again after a few minutes. So that's where that is for me. But I do love this lesson. It's like poetry, like you said. And that's pretty much all I could think of to say about it.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
You going to be able to come for the guides later?
I'll try. I'm very tired. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I feel real sleepy today.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep well. But yeah, I should be able to come today. Yes,
It feels like this last intensive and this lesson and this invitation to receive help seems to be all part of it. A big part of what the guides have been saying to me anyway is if you are willing, we're here to help. We're here to direct and allow and just rest and open and let us do the heavy lifting, you know? So it's a big part of what I'm receiving from the guides right now. Yeah,
I'll be there.
awesome. Hi, Nadego.
Hi, everyone. So grateful to be here with all of you and to hear this teaching. Um, for me, it's still great to, it's just so amazing to me how, and I'm just speechless, how God always shows me what to do. I'm really just speechless. I have nothing to say. I just have nothing to say when I feel the love and I hear what God says. And God always, or like, God's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about anything. Just take a step back. I'm doing it. And God says, I love you. And it brings me to tears. It's breathtaking. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, I'm just so blown away how we are just guided in every single thing we do. And we are so loved. Um, so yeah, I love hearing what everyone said. It all just, for me, it all just such a gift. All of it is just such a gift. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Rona, Marren.
Hello. Well, first of all, thank you for those moments of peace. Man, like you don't know you need something and then it's given. And it's like, wow, when's the last time you sat still for 18 minutes? I mean, I got to that zone where I just did not want to come back. But the song was such a beautiful way to gently come back. But still, when our cameras came back on after the song, like my body couldn't move. It literally could not move. So it was delicious. Thank you so much. And there were a couple of things that struck me in this lesson today. The way to reach him is merely to let him be. We do choose to let him come. And with this choice, we rest. You know, I listened to a homily this weekend, and what I heard very clearly is that there is no seeking necessary. That what is required, as it says here, simply do this, be still, right? And just for that moment, not for the rest of eternity and the movie experience, but just for that moment, allow everything to be as it is, you know, allow the obstacles that I've put between myself and whatever is going on to be removed just for that moment. And as I was sitting, it was so cool because in the last couple of days, I've had some conversations with some really good friends, and they've been pretty deep conversations. And what I was reminded as I was sitting this morning was that those conversations were for me. Like, yeah, you know, God speaks through us, whatever. No, I'm being taught. And so there was a conversation yesterday that I was able to reflect upon, you know, where is this kind of thing still in me? And then this morning, my friend said, you know, I just think it's about forgiving myself, you know, and he's not a course student, you know, but I saw that pointing and I saw how like God loves me so much. He's like, this is for you. You know? And so, can I turn all the things that came through these conversations back on this one and be like, yeah, yeah, that's how we do it, you know? Just be. And he, which I like to refer to as presence, will come. It will be revealed. It will be recognized once again because it didn't go anywhere. What did was my mind identification with the movie character and all its tap dancing on the coffee table. You know, that's all that happened. And I'm not wrong for doing it because I'm here to have the experience to see what it would be like if everything was different. Well, there must be a part of me that still enjoys it. And that's okay. I forgive that too. It's no big deal. So thank you for a direct experience.
Thank you. Couple things before you mute. Number one, are you still experiencing the way of mastery? Because the homily that Rona was pointing to was George yesterday in the sanctuary, and the reading was the way of mastery. And I wondered if you were getting a lot out of it because
I'm getting so much out of this book. Like that would be my suggestion to read together.
yeah, I have
So
no
much.
call to that book at all, but I know I enjoy listening to other people talk about it.
What's so great is it's been around my space, right? I heard about it. I've read a few things out of it, but right now, just really slowly and gently, it's infiltrating what I'm doing. Like, thank you for a perfect day is what I say now every night. And it is making a huge shift.
The other thing that was coming up, especially when you were talking about the song, again, I'm going back to the guides because everything's the same, but somehow their language works for me. Right now, in their teachings that are happening right now, it's towards the end of this book, they are stating that the world of form has its own tone and the auric body has a tone and the soul has a tone and all these different things have a tone and they're not looking to eliminate any of them. And they're not saying the personality is going away or is less important or the monad and this. They're also giving their definition of the difference between the soul and the monad, which I'm finding very interesting. But what they're stating is that their work is allowing it all to come into harmony, into tone. And so our personality and our physical being and our etheric body and all these different bodies, they out and out say, I don't care what you call them, but there's these different tones, and they're all becoming an orchestra that is flowing in the same direction. And as I was listening to you and I was realizing the song that was chosen, the song was very body centered, right? It wasn't a let's leave the body. It was a very look at how beautiful being in a body can be song. And this teaching is showing me all the different places that Cyndi has rejected being human over the years. And there's this gentle invitation to bring this experience of being human in back into God. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And I'm finding it challenging, by the way. So anyone who thinks it's for me, it's not a one and done type of thing, not yet. But the invitation to enjoy being human has been offered, and I'm finding myself wanting to say yes to it more and more. It's so there's that. Hey, Richard.
Morning, everyone. Love this lesson. Probably one of my most favorite lessons. And I love the idea that, well, I just love the lesson. Like many of you said, it's poetry to me. And I was really confused a few years ago when I heard teachers of the course, very few of them, were talking about direct path versus progressive path. And they were saying that the Course in Miracles is a progressive path. And all I could think of was paragraph 7 of this lesson, which is a definition of the direct path. So I never understood why this discussion was going on. I know it upset a number of people in the Course community because they believe that the Course is a direct path, as paragraph 7 states, and they felt, I guess, a certain amount of frustration that somebody was judging the Course in Miracles as being old or progressive versus right. And so I never understood the dialogue, but I always thought this course was a direct path to the truth, and all I would suggest, if anybody doubts that, read paragraph 7 every morning when you start the day. Because I think we're all at a point in our learning where we want to lead a guided life. And the only way to lead a guided life is to surrender the separate self to the Spirit, to God, whatever you call it, and go from moment to moment as guided. And although without overthinking it, you just are what you are, warts and all. And when you realize you're not manifesting the divine, you realize you have a little work to do yet. And we're all on this path, and I don't care what label you put on it, we're all just love, trying to be the love that we can be, the best we can be, and we're all doing the best we can. So I love us all, and thanks for letting me share.
Thank you for sharing. Hey, and Amy, you know I'm going to call on you whether you raise your hand or not as soon as the opportunity exists. And I also love the fact that you have been unmuted the entire time. You haven't made any noise, but I've been very aware of how open the channel has been with you. I just wanted to say, I'm not inviting you to mute, by the way. You haven't been making, like, I like it.
No farting.
There's been no farting. There's been no screaming at the neighbors, nothing. Yeah. Hey, Libby.
I'll just say I'm glad my sound's been off. But I didn't fart, really. Yeah, Richards, that's kind of a mic drop. That was just beautiful. And thank you for the suggestion to read paragraph 7 every day. I'm definitely going to do that. And what I was going to share was actually paragraph 8. Is it not he who knows the way to you? You need not know the way to him. Your part is simply to allow all obstacles that you have interposed between the Son and God the Father to be quietly removed forever. Quietly removed forever. God will do his part in joyful and immediate response. Ask and receive, but do not make demands nor point the road to God by which he should appear to you. The way to reach him is merely to let him be, for in that way is your reality acclaimed as well. And for so long, and I can still catch myself today getting into the doing mindset again. Have to say just the right thing. I have to do just the right thing. And again, it's not in the doing, it's in the being and allowing. And that was just a really good, beautiful reminder. So just wanted to share that as well. So thanks.
Thank you. And Alice.
Good morning, and thank you for that setup and choosing this lesson and the music. I think I kept hearing the "Let It Be" and "Hold On to Nothing" and "Come to God with Empty Hands," and for me, like the Beatles are prophets, and I just that the simplicity of "Let It Be" and it's reflected in this lesson. And I think it's like feel the love of God in the title. It isn't just, understand or count on or know it. And it brought up a big moment for me when I actually had got the miraculous results of doing this. And it was in a big moment where I'd experienced the death of my daughter, and it was, and we were going ahead. The family was going ahead with all these Catholic burial, the wake and the service and everything. And I was completely nuts for many good reasons. It was a sudden death. It was off, and I was going to bail. I was going to not go to any of these services because I thought I couldn't. And I just had that shift of asking for help. And I think maybe this is saying, and it was just help me with this. And it was just that opening that said, because I was going to the wake, and I was like, I cannot stand there and talk to all those people. I was just in resistance and shut down. And the light that arose was everyone that's coming there is on the wings of love. They loved her, they love me, they love someone in my family. And it was just one of those real 180 or whatever turnarounds that it was a miraculous, wow, I could, just by changing this, that the love of God is present here in these people, even in these circumstances, even in this loss and grief and death and trauma and all, so it rose up for me like, yeah, remember when God just said, see that everyone is coming on feet, wings of love. And I was able to do what I thought I just couldn't possibly do. And I was going to go off the rails. Um, and it was that clear to me then that let it be surrendering, let go and let God, all that sort of I started to, I came to believe then. So this just all that rings here for me. So I share it with you.
Thank you. A quick statement, and then I'm handing things to Amy since she's back. You know, I don't know what you think goes on when I prepare to do one of these things. But in this particular case, there was a day last week where I opened the book to lesson 189. And then I read it once or twice this weekend because it felt good. And then I sat briefly yesterday and I was told, like there was within moments, this is what you're going to do. You're going to, and it got clarified this morning, you're going to read the lesson, there'll be moments of silence, here's the song. And when I say I was told, I was told. It was literally like phoning it in. There was no effort from a personal standpoint, no wondering what was best. It was clearly stated that this lesson is an invitation for a direct experience. Your words are not needed, your commentary. What happened when I sat with that, at some point, the question arose, like, why isn't the rest of your life like this, Cyndi? It was so interesting. In a world where this communication is available to me anyway, what blocks this conversation when it relates to my relationships or my finances or feelings like my sister, whatever's going on? And I am now accepting the teachings that come out of this lesson. If the communication isn't clear, it's because there is a density, there's no blame here. There's a density and opportunity, there's an opportunity to lift something here that distorts a belief in separation that distorts the communication, and that's it. God is always available, and as I'm willing to say, yes, I no longer believe, it literally says, don't believe what your eyes are telling you. It's in the lesson. As I'm willing to stop believing sensory perception that indicates that Cyndi is a problem to solve, God comes in, or the divine, or this divine intelligence, and the world becomes easier. So friggin' cool. And a key example, which will seem very, very minor, but wasn't to me. Yesterday, I got a group text from someone that I used to work with way back when I was still an engineer, inviting me to an old timers happy hour, right? And I saw it, and Peggy used to be, and there's a lot of stories. I got that message, and something in me shut down like a steel trap. Not only, and I'm still not going, but there was this sense last night, well, that I'm not even, if I don't respond, they will never, I don't, that it's part of my life. I don't want to go there anymore. It was so interesting. And last night it felt legit, right? And I even felt like as other people are responding to this message from the group chat, every time I saw the response, I saw some pain inside. Like, when is it going to stop? This morning I'm walking, I'm listening to the guides, and for the first time I saw it as a block. So interesting. Like, there's no reason not to be kind, is what I heard. And then, when it was appropriate, when it wasn't 5:30 in the morning, at 7:30, I was able to send this message that just said, Peggy, thank you so much for how you always include me in these invitations. really grateful for you, my friend. And that was it. But the shift in keeping the flow open, the shift in seeing I was judging I wasn't letting the past go in my response last night. I was shutting it off. I was shutting it off, which was so different than being open and allowing and responding in kindness. I'm not going to step back into the past, but I also understand that shutting the door to it is not useful. I don't know if I've communicated that well, but it was a deeply moving experience for me. All right, Amy, there's so many different things that were shared in this last 40 minutes that had me wondering, where is Amy with all of this? Is A Course in Miracles a progressive path?
Is that a trick question?
Sorry.
I
Anything you'd
love it
like
when
to
I
share?
make you laugh. That's why I came here, is to hear you laugh, Cyndi.
Oh, God is good.
Yeah. You know, what is coming to me this morning is that all of us here know, William is the voice of now. He reminds us now and now. And Richard is the voice of love. He reminds us of love all the time. And Indigo is the voice of everything is for me, And Chuck reminds us all the time of, I can't pinpoint one thing, but he always asks questions that are so illuminating, And every time Rona speaks, she brings it home and has something to say that rings with this emotional truth and insight that's really beautiful. And Livy does the same thing increasingly, And Andrew points out the things that we don't understand still, and he does it in a really loving and gentle way, right? And Alice really reminds me of how the truth comes out, and sometimes it's hard to get it out. But if we stay in our authentic self, there's so much wisdom there. Right? And I'm leaving people out, I know, yeah, but that's what comes to me this morning. And so each one of us brings this different color of light to this whole experience. And Lonnie's light is different than Julie's light, but each light is a beautiful light, right? And I was thinking, tomorrow we're going to do another lesson at 10 o'clock. And what can I bring to it that's going to be different, And what kind of a question is that? It just comes to me that we know what we need to do. We know what we are. And we come together to share our light together. And that's all we do. And that's enough. That's just enough. So that's kind of where I am this morning. And I really appreciated your choice and your meditation. And the last thing I'll say is this line in paragraph 10, sentence 3, we will not interfere. What does that mean? We will not interfere. Who is interfering? Who is we? And what is it that we're interfering with? More and more and more, the guides are bringing home to me the willingness to step aside in the moment now and just be the authentic voice that comes through that's nothing to do with Amy. It's just coming through. And don't hold on to it, just let it come through. Right. So that's kind of where I am. And I know I keep talking about walking and chewing gum at the same time, but that's just what it feels like, or playing 5 musical instruments at once, you know. I'm sensing, hearing, smelling, being, feeling, all this input coming in from source into this receiver, you know, and then being it. And it's just a multiplicity of information that this little brain is barely able to function with. But that's the job. That's the job. And not to have the ego grab onto it and say, well, that's mine, and then shut it all down, then stop it all. Right? That's where I am this morning. I love us. Peace and love. Mwah.
As you were speaking, I was having this experience, and the question arose. God is, it simply is, there's no separate bits in God. And so I opened to attempt to find the I who was not Amy, who was receiving from something that was supposedly outside of itself. And there was a shifting and an understanding that this voice that is currently labeled as Amy was arising within me.
Absolutely. Every voice is our own voice.
Thank you for your share.
Thank you.
Richard's back. Yay! It's a love fest.
Right. I love our shows. As always, I was reminded by an interview with Father O'Leary, who was an Irish priest, Catholic priest who moved to the USA. I don't know if he's still practicing as a Catholic priest or not, but he referred to the sonship, which I think is in paragraph 10, who we are, the sonship, as holographic fractals. Each of us are a holographic fractal of the truth. I thought that was an interesting concept. Just wanted to share that with us. Still a part of the illusion.
Thank you. So there's still 4 minutes, and I wonder whose voice we're going to listen to for at least some of it. Or I could stare Julie down until she unmutes. Either or. I wonder.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Cyndi, I forgot to tell you, your birthday is the same day as my favorite musical artist of all times. He's passed away now, but Dan Fogelberg. So you and Dan Fogelberg have the same birthday. Oh my God, that man knew how to write songs about love. Anyway, I just had to say that before we ended. I love this whole paragraph. This whole 189 is highlighted. And I love that everyone has brought to this gathering. And I love, especially what Richard says, to read this paragraph 7 every morning. And I, like Livy, I circled it and wrote in that read every morning. So I'm definitely going to have it right here so I can do that. But just want to say, love you guys. And just this is the best way to start my day. Well, second part of the day. I got to be on early birds this morning, so that was awesome. And then now the second part is celebrating the day with you guys. So love you all.
Us very much.
I can't raise my hand, but I loved what Richard said about each of us kind of carrying a puzzle piece of truth. And as Amy was going through her list, I kept hearing the
Think we can't understand what you're saying, Lonnie.
I'll go off. I'm on the mountain.
All right. We can hear your voice and we love your voice. And we know that you're loving on Richard. But other than that, everything else got a little funky.
Okay, I'm on the mountain. I'll just be quiet till later.
We have enough time to hear.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
William and Chuck, I believe, are the only two oh, and Elizabeth, but I was talking to Elizabeth before it opened. But I wonder which one of those voices is going to speak. And William's the one that unmuted, so.
Well, I love the phrase, the holographic fractal. Wife and I went to a concert, John Williams concert over the weekend. I'm not a music, but sitting there, I call it, I'm just a molecule of the totality, just an atom. And as I close my eyes, I don't know about music, but just to see all the little tiny tones, chords, notes, the mass, it was just amazing. How in the world? But that's life. And that's what I see in the now. I'm just this little particle, one of all. And I love that way of saying it. It's the all. We're all this one. I had a client years and years ago that he tried to kill himself. And he saw the Course in Miracles on my bookshelf. I never really tried to influence people with religion or anything. He asked for it. He devoured it that weekend and turned his whole life around. And his favorite lesson was always 189. And so, bless his heart, he died about 2 years ago. And that was the song that all his loved ones, as he was peacefully dying, they all said that section 7, simply do this. And that was a peaceful way he left the life, entered the life. Oh, I could cry right now. Oh, God, he just loved me. And he kept seeing in me what I would not see in myself. But we all have it. Even when we don't feel it, see it yet, it's still there. And I guess that's what I hear from Amy's pointing out that we do hear it through other people. In that phrase that other people see the joy in us long before we may be aware of it. But it's just, that's how we see through. I just like being a little molecule when I know I'm one of everyone instead of just the separation of a molecule. So thank you.
Thank you. Man, I love us. All right, let me stop the recording.